Hi everyone, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. Today I'm going to share with you my thoughts on the whole Bill Cosby, I don't know what you call it, fiasco, I guess you call it, the whole situation that Bill Cosby is in, especially when it comes to these all those accusers that are accusing him of rape. And come to find out that Bill Cosby actually admitted to doing these things, giving them drugs, drugging them, and taking advantage of them. I'm going to share some things. I know I'm going to piss some people off, especially the feminists, but I don't give a fuck. Especially you racist Caucasian women who are just flat out man haters. I'm not, in this video, I just want y'all to understand what the points that I make. And by no means that I'm condoning nor defending a man specifically drugging a woman and raping her. There's no way I'm defending that. But you also ought to understand that there's women who actually drug men and take advantage of them too, but they don't talk about it. The media likes to stir up hatred and promote their misandry agenda against men and create this gender war that we're having, particularly in America and other Western societies like Canada, UK, Australia, and other English-speaking nations that practice and that has a culture of misandry and feminism. I'm not a fan of. I was born in the early '80s, and I grew up in the '90s and the early 2000s. Excuse me a second. I've never been a fan of Bill Cosby. I watched the show. I used to watch the show growing up, Bill Cosby's show and all that, promoting this affluent, so-called accomplished, so-called black American family. But that's the only Bill Cosby I know. As I got older, I looked into more Bill Cosby, and I noticed I didn't know he was a comedian. I just thought he was just an actor. But, I watched some of his comedy, and I'm just not impressed, to be honest with you. And since then, I just never been a fan of Bill Cosby, nor did I give a damn about his ass anyway. But my problem with him and other so-called black celebrities is that they criticize the so-called black community, but they don't do shit for the black community. How in the hell do you got all this fucking money, and you've been blessed to be a multi-millionaire, but you don't give back to your fucking people? You don't help out the people, but you want to fucking criticize and talk about the fucking community. To me, you're a fucking Sambo, you're a fucking coon, you're a handkerchief-head bastard. And Bill Cosby is a typical house nigger. How in the hell are you going to talk about the fucking black community, but you don't do shit for the community? You don't come up with fucking solutions. All these so-called black celebrities, I have no respect for them. The majority of them I don't. Because they don't have the balls, both women and men. They don't have the balls and, I guess, the clits to speak out against Caucasian supremacy. They don't want to talk about racism. They don't want to talk about the prejudices that we face from other so-called non-blacks, who are also other ethnic people of color. They don't want to talk about these issues, that happens with institutionalized racism, systematic racism. They don't want to talk. These so-called black celebrities don't want to fucking talk about it. and they don't want to talk, and they don't want to help, lend a helping hand to help people who are struggling, everyday people like you and me, who are fucking struggling in this fucking fucked up country that we've been living in. And you got these coons, these Hollywood coons, who would disrespect their ancestors like Steve Harvey, talking about, I don't give a damn about slavery. How can you say something so fucking ignorant like that? And the joke was not even funny. But we're talking about Bill Cosby. Fuck Steve Harvey. But I want to talk more about Bill Cosby because I have a problem with some of the things that he has said. Bill Cosby, you talk about the black community, you talk about we need to do this, we need to do that. You talk about welfare when there's more Caucasian people and other non-blacks on fucking welfare than there are so-called black people. We don't get assistance like that. That's a fucking lie. That's just propaganda and the media to spew out their fucking hatred towards so-called people of color like you and I. You don't. The problem with many of you celebrities, you don't do no fucking research. You don't want to look into the privatized prison complex. You don't want to look up true stats and look up. Y'all don't even want to look up your fucking history. And if you do know your history, you're too afraid to speak out against Caucasian supremacy. You're too damn afraid to speak out against fucking racism and systematic racism, institutionalized racism, and social and economic racism. Y'all don't want to talk about that. You're too afraid to talk about that, but you want to throw your own fucking people under the fucking bus who actually supported you and gave a fuck about y'all. That's what irritates the fuck out of me. No, I don't respect most of these Negroes. These house niggers, I call them. These handkerchief heads. These coons, these sambos. Doing a tap dance for fucking massa. You know what I mean? Y'all know different. To be honest with y'all, we're worse off than we were as slaves. Because we know better and the information's out there, but we as people of color who are Negro, who I'll use the term Negropeans, dark Europeans, want to assimilate Caucasian culture, want to assimilate and be a part of European culture, and want to get acceptance from Caucasian people and these other fucking groups who don't give a fuck about us and get them to like us, but we throw our own people under the bus and we don't even take care of our own. We will stab each other in the back just to get approval from other groups, other ethnic groups, which makes no sense. Nobody else who's so-called non-black does that. They don't. You ever notice that a Caucasian person will never ever cut another Caucasian person's throat to get acceptance from us? Same with an Asian person. Same with an East Indian person. They take care of their own. They don't stab their own in the back just to get so-called black people to like them. Same with Hispanics. They don't do that. But we as so-called black people, what we do, we cut our own throats and we one up each other and kill each other just to get validation from non-blacks who don't give a fuck about us, especially Caucasian people. We hurt each other and kill each other and take advantage of each other and cut each other's throats and throw each other underneath the bus in order to get acceptance from Caucasians. And you continue to assimilate their culture. You continue to practice their fucking religion of Christianity and believe in their Caucasian Jesus. And you continue to call themselves white and put them on the fucking pedestal and look at them as fucking gods and angels when they're fucking not. And you assume that they're better than you because you've been programmed to think like that. And you think that your people are weak and inferior when you've been programmed to think like that, when that's not the fucking case. And that's the problem I have with a lot of so-called black celebrities. That's why I don't fucking support the majority of them. If you Negroes, if these so-called black people like Bill Cosby and Oprah Winfrey and others and Jay-Z actually gave a damn about the people, how come they don't want to talk about group economics? How come they don't want to put their money together with other accomplished so-called black people and help the black community? How about we build our own schools? How about we build our own neighborhoods? Repair our damaged neighborhoods. How about we get rid of the crime? How about we put resources in the community, build an infrastructure, practice group economics like everybody else does, create economic opportunities, and create good paying jobs, so we don't have to be dependent on the welfare and other forms of public assistance. How about we build up the so-called black family? How about we get rid of feminism, the ideology of feminism, especially coming from so-called black women practicing feminism, which is another form of Caucasian supremacy? And how about we check their asses? How about we check these so-called black gays who want to join with gay Caucasian people, thinking that they're going to get ahead, thinking that they're going to get a fucking special privilege, when the truth of the matter is you're fucking not. Feminism, like I said before, feminism and gay and the feminist movement and the gay movement and even the fucking men's rights movement is not for us as a people. It's for Caucasian people only. You know, well, the biggest problem is that integration has fucked us in the ass. Martin Luther King even admitted it, that he integrated his own people into a fucking burning house. And the problem is, instead of marching for a civil rights movement, it should have been a rights for people of color. It should have been a so-called, I don't like the term, but it should have been a black-only rights movement. Just like there's a woman's rights movement. Just like there's a gay rights movement. No, Martin Luther King's coward ass, and I call him a coward to a certain extent, want to talk about let's get equality for everybody. How the hell are you going to get equality for everybody else when nobody gives a fuck about us and everybody don't fucking like us? That's stupid. How are you going to help other people who don't fucking give a damn about you and don't fucking like you, and you're going to help them get ahead when they're not going to do anything for you in return? That's fucking stupid. But that's besides the point. You know, if Bill Cosby actually gave a damn, and these other Negroes gave a damn about the common so-called black person, they would have been practiced, they would have put their money together and built up their neighborhoods, built up a better community. They would have practiced group economics, create a fucking infrastructure, build our own schools, create economic opportunities, have a fucking structure like everybody else does, who does not have the same color, skin color, and the hair texture like we do. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you why they don't do that, because they're afraid they're going to get fucking killed by these secret societies and these other forms of Caucasian supremacist groups, like the Illuminati. Because there are people, I will admit, and I can't deny this, that there's been other so-called black people, black celebrities who actually spoke out against racism, spoke out against Caucasian supremacy, systematic racism, the prioritized conflicts, addressed racial profiling, addressed these crooked cops, and address these other forms of crooked government officials who take advantage of black people. And then you got the common Caucasian person who's just a flat-out racist and wants to do harm to another person of color because the fact that that person doesn't have the same skin color as they do. But the reason why you got some of these Negroes who are afraid to speak out against racism, Caucasian supremacy, racial profiling, speak out against government and the crooked law enforcement, and Hollywood itself and these secret societies, because they're afraid of being blackballed and they're afraid of getting killed. Because when you become wealthy, if you don't join these certain cliques of the wealthy elite class, if you give back to the people, if you feed the homeless, and if you care about people and help people, and you help them get out of poverty, they will fucking kill you. The elites will send up their fucking CIA, their fucking spies, and fucking kill your ass, and flat out, if they can't kill you, they will fucking blackball you. And that's why a lot of so-called black celebrities, or any celebrity for that matter, is afraid to go out their way and help people and reach out to people. And that's why they will fucking rather go overseas and build a fucking school, or build up their society and get a fucking pat on the back, instead of helping people in America who are fucking struggling. That's why they don't. That's why they do. That's why you got some people who are afraid to speak out the ugly truth about this fucking country that we live in, and the fucking people who are at the top, who are the fucking elites and the wealthy classes. That's why they're afraid to speak out against those people in this fucking evil ass country that we live in, America, because they are afraid. They're trying to protect themselves and their family, and they want to continue to make money, because we've been programmed that you need money to live. Because if you try to live off the grid, they will fucking murder your ass. So I understand that part, but when it comes to, what does that got to do with Bill Cosby? That's exactly what has a lot to do with these so-called black celebrities. They're afraid because have been many so-called black celebrities that spoke out against racism, Caucasian supremacy, and systematic racism, and institutionalized racism, and the economic disadvantages that so-called black people face in this country. And when they spoke out against it and or tried to do something about it and talk about group economics or try to donate money to build up the so-called black communities in America, they've been either blackballed or they've been fucking murdered. One of the two. So I understand that aspect, but but all I gotta say, it wouldn't hurt to team up with other people of color and put something together, because they can't kill you all. If people stand together and work together, we should be able to get things done. These other ethnic groups can do that, but the thing is, Caucasians don't see them as a fucking friend. They don't see Asians as a friend. They don't see Hispanics, or you call them Latinos, or in East Indians or Arabs as a fucking threat to Caucasian supremacy. They're not intimidated by them. I don't know why. But when it comes to so-called black people, they're afraid of us. And they're afraid, and I think the reason why is because they enslaved us. And they're afraid that once we better ourselves and better our situation and better our environment, we might come to rise up as a people and may want to kill them and kill them off and enslave them. And what they have done unto us in the past, they're afraid that we're going to do it back to them. And I'm here to tell you this, that is not the truth. So stop thinking like that, Caucasian people who think like that. And other ethnic groups. Stop thinking like that. We're not these so-called black people in America, or you can say so-called Africans. We're not violent people. The problem is we're too nice and we're too fucking forgiving to y'all. So whatever, if we better our situation and all that, we just gonna just live our lives and enjoy life like y'all do. So stop with this fucking fear mongering. Y'all have the problem with you people, and you know how I'm talking. Y'all got too much fear, and y'all too fucking paranoid. You want to control everybody and oppress everybody, and you're fucking greedy as hell. And you want to fucking protect your white privilege, which you're gonna lose in the long run, because a lot of ugly shit is gonna happen in the future with you people. Now, since I got that out of the way, that's the problem. That's one of the problems I had with Bill Cosby. You want to talk shit about fucking black people, but you don't want to help them out. And that's what I can't stand. As far as Bill Cosby, what kills me is that he was a married man. What the fuck are you doing? If you are a married man, Bill Cosby, or any rich-ass man who's fucking rich and is married to a woman, why are you having different affairs with different women? And I know society likes to say it's the man's fault, But you got to understand how women are. Women are been taught and been programmed, and there's some truth to their nature to be hypergamous. Women go after men with money and wealth and power. They don't go. And I'm not saying all women do that, but too many of them do. Instead of judging a man by his morals, his ethics, and his character, and his principles, which is a way to prosperity, which is a way to a better life. And you will become wealthy. And it's when a man got knowledge and got direction and drive and passion and discipline, you will experience prosperity and wealth, women. So stop chasing money. Start judging a man based off his principles, what he stands for, his pride, his values, his character, his morals and ethics. Because that's the only way you can have prosperity. But a lot of you women don't have them principles, and you don't have no damn morals. All y'all do is y'all just greedy as hell and want fucking money and want status. And it's not that, and status is not that damn serious. What can status do for you? What can money do for you? Because you can lose money just like that. Status, oh, you want other people to like you. But the truth of the matter is, if you get sick tomorrow, or you come up with some kind of terminal illness, these people that you think like you, when you fall into hard times, they ain't going to be there for you. The majority of them are not going to be there for you. So why would you want I don't understand what I don't understand about women is, why would you want outside validation so damn much? Because society does the disservice to women and tears down their self-esteem with the fucking body image and how women should look and yada yada yada, and how she should act and behave, and her worth is based on her sexuality and her fucking beauty, which I don't think so. That's a tiny aspect. Your worth is based on what you can do for a man, what you can do for your family, and your intelligence. And you being, like I said, if I didn't say it before, and I'll say it again, you being the nurturer and the supporter of the family. That's your role as a woman. Stop defining yourself based on your looks and your sexuality, because that can take you so far. That's why most of you women don't get taken seriously, because you define yourself based on your looks and your sexuality. Because you've been programmed to think like that. You have. So, I mean, there's a lot of women who know men who are married or in relationships with another woman, and they will go out, and these women, not all, but too many of y'all will go out your way and pursue a man who's fucking married, especially. And especially if you know he got bread, if he got money. And you will let this guy treat you like shit. You will allow this guy to give you drugs. And you would do things that you wouldn't do for a guy, like an average, regular guy like myself. You wouldn't let me give you drugs and treat you like shit and do all these other things. You wouldn't. So that's why I don't feel sorry for these women. Even though they're victims of rape, which is unfortunate, you know. Why in the hell, to you women out there, would you take drugs from a man you don't fucking know? You think because he's fucking rich and got wealthy, and you think because he's rich or he's wealthy and he got status and he's a celebrity, you think that because of that, you think that makes him a good guy? That doesn't make him a good guy. And especially if you know the man's married, why would you pursue a married man? Why would you pursue a man who's in a relationship? Why can't you just find a single guy? And that's the problem, the reason why men are, and that's one of the reasons why we got true force women. That's why you got a majority of men who are sexually frustrated and fucking lonely, because you women create the problem. You know, it is wrong for Bill Cosby to drug those women and take advantage of them. First of all, Bill Cosby is a multi-millionaire. You know, he don't need it. I don't know why he did that. Maybe because why would you drug a bunch of women, especially if you're married already, and have sex with them? You don't need to do that, man. I mean, you obviously don't have, you obviously have very low self-esteem, and you have no self-confidence about yourself. You obviously, the woman you're with, you're not being satisfied and pleasured by your wife, or your wife is not doing her job, or not doing her womanly duties. And I don't give a fuck if you think that's sexist to women out there, especially you feminists. A woman's role is to please her man, and a woman's role in a relationship is to please her man, pamper her man, provide for her man, and take care of her man, and make him happy. Just like you women want a man to provide for you, and I'm not just talking about financially here, and that's the problem. It's not, when you provide something, it's not about just financial. It can be about love, it can be about support, it can be about guidance, it can be about knowledge. It can be about discipline and direction. So provide has many meanings. So back to the subject, just like you women want a man to provide for you, take care of you, love you, respect you, honor you, support you, you gotta do the same. It's a two-way street, not a one-way street. So obviously his wife was not doing her womanly duties to take care of Bill Cosby and please him and sexually satisfy him. That's why some men step out. You understand what I'm saying? That's why some men cheat, because the woman, I'm not justifying it, but a lot of you women, y'all get married and y'all want to change up, and y'all want to change the rules on a man, and not cook for him, not nurture him, not take care of him, not emotionally support him, and uplift him and empower him, and not love him and respect him, because a lot of you women think, oh, if a man acts out of pocket, and if he raises his voice to me, I'll just call the cops and have his ass arrested. Or I'll just get a fucking divorce and take alimony, and if I got kids by this man, I'll just get them for child support. I know how you women think, okay? Because I come from a divorced family. Okay? So, the reason why, I mean, like I said, Bill Cosby obviously has a lot of personal issues in his life, and there's something wrong with him for him to be doing that. And there's something wrong with you women for allowing a man to give you drugs, and you think because he got wealth and status and he's popular that it makes him a good guy, and it doesn't. You taking these drugs, and I don't know why y'all taking drugs from a person you don't know, and if you know the man's married, I don't know why you with him. Because he's not, because to you women out there who you want to date a married man, the reason why y'all do that, because y'all don't want to fucking build a relationship with a single man. A man who's single. You don't want to put in the work to build a relationship and to build a successful family. You just rather take a man who's established financially and ruin that, and you just got this neurotic mindset that if I steal this man away from this man's wife that he already has, he's going to take care of me and I'm going to get his money. And a lot of times, that back to you women out there, this is what happens. It backfires and blows up in your fucking face, and I don't feel sorry for y'all. You deserve what you get. And that's why y'all get called whores and sluts. And you are a whore and you are a slut if you do that shit. You know, you take, I mean, you women take, what y'all did was just stupid. You women you taking drugs from a man you don't know, and you know he's married, and you think if I get with him and do whatever he wants, that he's going to pick me over his wife. 9 times out of 10, that's not going to fucking happen. And by doing that, you got taken advantage of. And what kills me about you women, you rape victims of Bill Cosby rape victims, is that why in the fuck did y'all go to the fucking police and report his ass? Because the reason why most women don't do that shit is because they got paid the fuck off. If you really cared about a woman, if you really cared about women's issues, if a man raped you and took advantage of you, fuck if he's rich or not. fuck if he's a celebrity or not, you want his ass to get prosecuted and go to fucking jail. Fuck taking his money. Same with the Michael Jackson case. Michael Jackson was accused of child molestation, but Michael Jackson paid the biggest mistake is and I think he was innocent, and he was set up because of the stuff that he was talking about in his music, exposing the Illuminati and all that. What happened is that, you know, the child, he was hanging with kids, and he got set up, and they were accusing him of child molestation. Instead of Michael Jackson fighting him, and I guess because he didn't want to go through the stress and the headache, because once you as a man that's accused of child molestation, if you're accused of rape, and you know you're innocent and you know you didn't do it, I'm speaking of guys who didn't do it, you have to go through so much hell, so much pain, and so much suffering to prove that you're fucking innocent. And I guess, and a lot of times, if you're innocent and you do all these things to prove that you're innocent, you end up going to jail anyway, and you end up losing everything because your reputation is fucking damaged. Even if you be able to prove that you're fucking innocent, your reputation is damaged. You got to live with that stigma, with that social damage, that social ugly stigma of you being a rapist or a child or a pedophile. And that's a sad case, and that's how evil this world is, and it's particularly in America. America is the most evil country in the fucking world. That's why it's going through. That's why this country is crumbling and collapsing, because it's getting its fucking karma. But that's tangent right there. I mean, I'm not defending Bill Cosby for what he did. To me, what he did was wrong. But you women, y'all create these fucking problems. I'm damn sure not blaming the fucking victim, because the problem, there's a lot of women who have been raped. I know men have been raped, but if a man reports and say a woman raped him or took advantage of him, he gets laughed at, and that's fucking wrong. Society needs to get over it. Needs to change these gender biases. But continuing, when a woman's actually raped and taken advantage of, yesterday I went to my group therapy meeting, and this woman was talking about how she was talking to this guy, and this guy drugged her and raped her, and now she got a kid by him, and now she don't know who the fuck he is. I don't know what happened. She doesn't remember what he looked like and all that stuff. Now she going through all this pain and suffering. And she's suppressed about it, which is unfortunate. Now, this is a real rape victim. She's afraid to come out and don't know what to do, and she blames herself for being in that situation, and then she's shamed for it. But the reason why there's a lot of insensitivity when women are rape victims is because too many of you fucking bitches cry fucking wolf too damn much. I'll talk about this later. I'm back now. The problem is too many of you fucking bitches, and the reason I'm using the term bitches is because that's what the fuck these women do to females who do this shit. Too many of you bitches make false rape accusations against innocent men because you're fucking evil and you're on your fucking power fucking trip. And these fucking feminists, and so instead of, if they gave a damn about real rape victims, they would have checked these bitches who make these false rape accusations against innocent men, destroying their lives, you know, all because of the fact that because this woman was angry because the man didn't want to have anything to do with her. The man dumps her. You know, everybody gets their feelings hurt. You know, people break up. That's a part of life. People get their heart broken. That's a part of life. Instead of you women letting that fucking go and moving the fuck on, just like you tell us men to get over it and move the fuck on, y'all get mean, spiteful, and vindictive, or you have consensual sex with a guy and you don't want nobody to know, which nobody knows, and you don't want to have this go through go through the fact that you regret, you know, especially sleeping with a guy that you found out and you woke up and seen a guy that he was undesirable because he wasn't good looking, he didn't have money, he didn't have all these other superficial qualities that too many of you women are looking for, instead of looking for a man who truly respects you and loves you and treats you and will treat you as his queen and take care of you and the kids that you have by him. And having a man who has knowledge and pride and integrity and stands for something, those are the important qualities that you should be looking for in a man. And damn sure you should be looking for a man who has fucking principles and is fucking intelligent. That's what you should value. But no, y'all don't do that. No, y'all, what you women do, you're mad because you found out that you slept with too many men. You were slutting around. That's what the fuck you were doing. And now you don't want to get nobody to know, and you don't want to get caught, or you go through regret. Oh, you had sex with a guy, and now, rather he was undesirable or not, you're mad because he saw you as a one night stand, and you're mad because you can't get him back, and he doesn't want to fucking commit to you, or you were in a relationship with a particular man, and he dumps you, or he left you for another woman. Now you're mad, and you want to get mean, evil, spiteful, and vindictive, and you want to say he raped you when he fucking did it, and because you're on your fucking power trip. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with a lot of you women. Y'all hold too many fucking grudges instead of learning from your mistakes. What you do, you want to make people suffer. And you think that's gonna make you feel good, and when it actually makes you feel fucking miserable. And too many women make too many false rape accusations every day against men, and you got too many men who are in prison for a crime that they didn't commit, and their lives are ruined because a woman lied and accused this man of rape when he didn't rape her. And now you got real rape victims, women who are really rape victims. Now they're afraid to come forward because nobody's going to believe her, because you bitches, now you created this problem, and now you created this problem. Now she's now a real rape victim is not going to have fucking credibility. Now she's not going to be taken seriously because too many of you women made a false rape accusation against an innocent man because you're fucking evil, because you are on your fucking power trip. That's the fucking problem right there, and that's why some of these rape victims of Bill Cosby probably didn't want to come forward. And plus, he had money, he can drag the case out and all that shit. And they didn't have the resources to go through with it, you know, and the stress and they didn't want to be labeled as whores and sluts. So I understand that aspect. I know this video is long. I'm sorry but I gotta cover everything as usual. But I want to talk about why you got some men who will actually drug women and rape women. Well, the problem is, sex has been promoted. You understand what I'm saying? Sex has been, thanks to the media, and the pornography, in the fashion industry, and fucking feminism, the so-called fucking women's liberation movement, women have all the choice and all the fucking say-so and all the pick. And they're chasing only 90% of women are chasing, correction. Now, I might be right on this, but correction. 80% of women are chasing 20% of the men. That means 80% of men are not going to have a fucking mate. They're going to be alone, sexually frustrated, lonely. You know, there's a difference between a man being celibate by choice, and there's a difference between a man who's forced to be alone and not have nobody, and to be denied a life, and to be denied love and sex from a mate. That is wrong right there. You are asexually raping a man out of his life. It's not fair that it's okay for you women to have a boyfriend, to have a man that you can have sex with by your choice. A woman can have sex with any man she wants by her choice. She can have a boyfriend anytime she wants. But a man can't have sex with a woman he wants, even if the man got money. Even if the man's good looking. A man can't have sex with a woman of his choice. He can't. A man can't pick a woman he wants to have a girlfriend with, or he can't pick a woman that he wants to have a wife and kids with. A man can't, but a woman can pick a man that she can have as her husband and have children from. But a man can't do that. And these are the reason why. And because of that, that's the reason why you got an off balance. That's why the whole mating, I don't want to say game. That's the reason why you got a big disparity of men living alone and women are not. Women force themselves to be alone because they're too damn picky and they look for the wrong things. But men, and I think most men have a good heart when it comes to meeting a woman. They're not a life. You know, they're not an opportunity for love. They are. And companionship. Because of women's unrealistic expectations, because they're so fucking superficial and shallow. And they base their relationships of a man based on what the TV set told them, based on the books and the magazines. And lots of propaganda by the fucking media. That's the problem right there. That's why you got a lot of men living alone. That's why I speak out, and that's why I speak about true forced loneliness. This is a prime example of true forced fucking loneliness. A lot of men are living true forced loneliness. If you didn't know what true forced loneliness is now, look at all my other videos. Look at Bill's videos, Bill Greathouse videos, and other videos. Just Google true forced loneliness, and you will see, and you will listen to a lot of stories about a lot of men and a few women are going through, because since they don't fit society's expectations of an image of what is attractive and what kind of resources that they have. That's why they're alone. And that's why a lot of men are alone, because they're not alive and they're not loving sex. And I'm not saying that that this is justifying that it's okay for men to rape women because they're like that. No, that's not the way you handle it. Because 80% of women are chasing 20% of men. That's why a lot of men are alone and lonely. That's why they're sexually frustrated. And that's and you women don't understand that pain and suffering of having a woman, every woman that you encounter, not have nothing to do with you. You don't understand that kind of pain. You don't. Being denied a life and denied a life over and over and over again. You don't understand that kind of pain. I live through it every day. I'm barely keeping my sanity. Which is just, I don't know where I'm finding the strength to not go over the edge, not become a rapist, and not become a serial killer. The only thing that's helping me is because I know what's going on. I understand what's going on, so I know how to combat it. I understand feminism. I understand how women think. I understand how society thinks. I understand misandry. You know, I understand the gender issues. And I never took a gender studies course. I never took a men's studies course. I never took a women's studies course. But I know so damn much. Because I pay attention. I pay attention to my environment. I pay attention to my fucking surroundings. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm telling you? So these are, and then you got some men who can't handle it, who cannot handle being alone, being not alive, being told no, I'm not interested. I don't date this type of guy. You're too fat. You're too short. You're too dark skinned. Whatever the fuck. You don't have enough money. You don't have a car. You don't have this type of car. You don't have these type of resources. You're too young or you're too old. You name it. You're not tall enough. If I didn't say it, I'll say it again. You're not tall enough, and that's a big problem. Because your height counts. I'm tall. I'm over 6 feet, but I guess that's not tall enough. Or you're too intimidating because of your size. Because you're 6 feet and you're over 350 pounds. So you're threatening. I don't like your teeth. I don't like your facial features, or you look like you have a small penis, or any other physical flaw that a woman can find on you, or they don't like the way you fucking dress. They don't like the materialistic items that you have. Anything a woman can find on you, she will use that in an excuse to reject you. And when a man I'm not going to say man, because a woman can go through that too. But when a person goes through that constantly, every single day, meeting the person of the opposite sex, and being told no, being denied love and sex, being denied a relationship, and if they have an opportunity, they get resistance. And when they get sick and tired of being told no, they go through all these desperate measures to get something. And that's the reality. And this is what a lot of you women, and it's your fault. Y'all have created this culture, thanks to fucking feminism. And then it's society's fault overall, promoting sex ridiculously, and all this sexual filth and all these perversion, pornography, the fashion industry, and then the media showing a guy and a girl all promoting they always in TV. They always show relationships, that you have to be in a relationship. You must be in a relationship. If you're not, there's something totally wrong with you. You must be a homosexual. And a man goes through, and I know women go through this too. Some women go through this too. So when a person goes through that, and especially if a man goes through that, it just kills him. And this is why some of them become rapists and serial killers, because of this shit. And it's society's fault. And especially if you're born a male, you are fucked up because you are discriminated against. You know, what do they tell you at school? Boys don't hit a girl, when it should have been taught that nobody hits no fucking body. Women have been placed on the pedestal where they think they're fucking superior, and they think the fucking vagina is fucking gold. And men have been suppressed down and been treated as a fifth-class fucking citizen. A lot of women see men as beneath them and below them, because because of society, and because of fucking feminism, female privilege, and you got a lot of bitch-ass males, sissy-ass men who will forsake their manhood and tell the woman how great she is and how awesome she is, and she can do no fucking wrong, and she's perfect, and they say that just so they can get some ass, just so they can get a girlfriend. And I'm telling you guys, do not do that. Do not go that route, because when you forsake your manhood, it will come back to bite you in the ass later. You know, and to you men out there who are living true force loneliness and suffering, who are suffering loneliness, I understand that. But you know, but becoming a rapist or drugging women and raping them, or just becoming a rapist is not the answer. Becoming a serial killer is not the fucking answer. What we have to do as men is come together, understand what's going on here, understand the true effect and the purpose of feminism. That's what's keeping me sane. Knowledge. Understand the gynocentrism that's going on in society and the misandry that's being promoted. And this is why women don't have no respect for men, because of those things. This is why they think they can do whatever the fuck they want and not be accountable, because you got too many pussy-ass males who will let women do whatever the fuck they want to do and not hold them accountable for it. And if you hold a woman accountable, you're not going to get any pussy. So it's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose situation. One thing I do support, if they made prostitution legal, it would stop some of the rapes. It would stop some of the men, you know, becoming serial killers and killing women. It would stop men from becoming misogynists. To a certain extent, it's not the complete answer, but it would probably, women would stop playing these fucking games, playing with a man's emotions and feelings constantly. A lot of you women too many of you women do play with a man's emotions and feelings, rejecting him constantly, and never taking the time to get to know him when he could actually be a potential husband. But y'all don't think that far, and that's the problem. So, I mean, the way to handle loneliness is stop watching porn, stop watching sex, stop watching TV, stop watching relationships. Stop thinking that a relationship defines you as a person. It doesn't. You define you. You complete you. You are already whole. You know, that's how you got to look at it as a man. And to you women out there, you know, y'all gotta use logic and common sense. I know society told you you're not logical. Women are not logical. They're emotional. That's bullshit. You are logical. You are logical as hell. When it comes to doing something calculated, and doing something mean-spirited to a man specifically, or you doing something spiteful and vindictive, when it comes to doing something sneaky, doing something, y'all think y'all clever. Y'all will use when it comes to doing something wrong that you know you shouldn't be doing, you will use logic and rationale to cover your ass. So I know you can use logic. A lot of you women need to be accountable and start using judgment, good judgment. Don't take pills from a person that you don't fucking know. Fuck if he's a celebrity or not. Fuck if he got money or not. Stop pursuing married men. There are too many men who are single and ready to be with you, ready to date you, ready to marry you, ready to settle down. There's a lot of men who want to settle down with a woman, want to get married and have kids with a woman, but you don't give us a chance. Y'all need to be fair and give us a chance. Stop having these unrealistic high expectations. Stop basing your opinions on men based on what some bitter-ass feminist told you. What some man-hater told you. Because that woman's a misanthropic bitch. She brought it on herself. Because a lot of you women are too selfish. Y'all have these high list expectations. You expect a man to do this, expect a man to do that. Y'all have to make the initiative sometime. Stop. I mean, what you see on TV, what you see in the movie, what you see in the movies, what you read in the romance novels and the media and the music, that's an illusion. That's not how relationships work in real life. Y'all have to be fair and you have to be realistic. You have to treat men the way you want to be treated. And that's what a lot of you women don't do. There are too many men who are single and open and ready to be in a relationship with you, but you gotta give us a chance. Stop chasing married-ass men. Okay, they don't want you like that. They're gonna use you for sex and take advantage of you. Stop chasing men who are already in a relationship with a girlfriend. Because like I said before, you're just a side piece. You will never overtake that woman. Okay? That man will never pick you over his woman. He won't. And if he does, you're gonna get burnt. If he does, you gotta look at it like, you gotta question, why would he do that? Because that will come back to bite you in the ass. Because once you're able to get that man and take him away from his wife or girlfriend, guess what? That man will dump you and leave you for somebody else. Because he don't trust you like that. That's what you gotta understand. I know this video was very long, but I have to get these points out. You have to understand that how society works. Feminists are working for the same team. You know, they're working even men's rights. They're working for the same team, but they're catering to the women and they're giving women the special rights and the special privileges to create division. They want to have a gender war. They want to keep men and women hating each other instead of loving each other and building a family with each other. Because if we don't get together, we don't make babies, and we don't pass on anything. We don't have offspring and pass on a legacy. It's all about population control. So in closing, I know I said a lot. Women, you gotta stop being so fucking picky. Start being open-minded. You know, have an open mind. Stop having a biased view about men. Stop having a hatred against men, but want something from them. Stop chasing men because of their money and their looks and other superficial bullshit in their status. Get to know a man for who he is, and love him for who he is. Same with men. Stop going by a pretty face, and stop falling for the feminine charm. Get to know a woman beyond her physical exterior. Get to know her for who she is. Find out if she's intelligent. Find out if she's nurturing. Find out if she's family orientated. Because I know you want to have a family. I know you want because you got to ask yourself, what is the mother of your children? What is she going to teach your son? And what's more important, what is she going to teach your daughter? Your daughter. That's important. Same with you women. When you have a man, when you're with a man, you got to ask yourself, as a father, what can he do as a father for your kids? What can he teach your son? What can he teach your daughter? That is the key. We have to start. Women, y'all need to start, instead of chasing 20% of the men, y'all need to change. I don't know how to do the math. Okay, I know I'm not good at math like that, but 20% of the men, women, you need to start, 80% of you women need to start, it needs to be 50-50. Stop chasing the fucking unattainable. You're never gonna get it, and you're gonna be miserable. Excuse me. Stop with the hypergamy bullshit. I understand this, in some degree it's in your nature, but you've been programmed to be materialistic and superficial and shallow as fuck. Stop having these unrealistic expectations of what a man should be. Start judging a man based on what's fucking important and what fucking matters. His heart, his morals, his integrity, his principles, his character. Does he have knowledge? Does he have pride? Does he have values? Does he stand for anything? That should be the most important thing. And stop going by him being good looking and thinking because if he's good looking, you're gonna have good looking kids. There's no guaranteeing that. If you get with a good looking man, your child can come out fucked up. If you get with a person that might not be attractive, you may have a good looking child. You cannot assume that if you get with a good looking person that you're gonna have good looking kids. That's fucking eugenics. You're no different than fucking Hitler. And the biggest problem in the dating scene today is fucking eugenics. People, stop with the eugenics crap. Stop. You are practicing eugenics. Start being realistic. Start looking men and women. Y'all need to start looking at each other as human beings, and start giving each other a fair shake. Get to know somebody before you judge them. And to you women out there, like I said before, and I say it again, start being fair. If you holding a man to a standard, you better hold yourself to that standard. Start being open-minded. Stop having these biased views and let go of these hang-ups about what men are and all that stuff. And stop listening to these bitter-ass women and giving you advice about how men ain't shit when they ain't shit. It's all about personal responsibility and accountability. But like I said before, there's so many men who are single and open and ready to date you and marry you. But you gotta give them a chance. Let go of your biased views and let go of your hang-ups and let go of your prejudices and start dating a single man and build with him. And you're gonna and like I said, if you look up the qualities that you need to look at what you need, not what you want. And I guarantee you will be happy and prosperous. That's wealth right there. And that's all I gotta say. I'm out. Peace.